Well, Carrie, today is something we've talked about doing for quite a while. Hello, everyone. I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
This is Life Redesigned, and today, Carrie, one of the things that we've noticed pretty quickly about this full-time lifestyle of living with the RV and everything is that you can get into patterns pretty quickly, just like being at home. And next thing you know, you find yourself sitting by a fire every single night, or you find yourself on the vibrating sofa every single night. And what have you accomplished? Nothing. So what we've decided to do is make this a summer of changes, a summer of challenges, and a summer of doing things outside our comfort zone. And so far, we've been to some NCAA basketball games. We've been to a local ice hockey game. We even sat 8th row center court at the Miami.
No, actually, oh my goodness.
Wow. At the Orlando Magic game in Orlando. Wow, all these cities are running together. But today is something that we've been talking about doing since we first got married about 28 years ago, which is just finding signs on the side of the road that point you and tell you, go here. And one of those signs popped up yesterday as we were coming back from grocery shopping, and it said, look, a Renaissance fair. So today, Carrie, your dreams are coming true, so are mine. We are heading over to, I think it's like something like a Renaissance fair, a pirate show, and a car show. It promises, or it looks to promise, to have a little something for everybody. So join us as we go outside our comfort zone on this edition of Life Redesigned.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so here we're finally inside after, let's see, it was about, we started this yesterday. We stood in line for like an hour yesterday, and we got about 30, 40 feet. And after about that, in the hot sun of Florida, we kind of called it a day, and we went to, of all places on our bucket list, put the Floribama and decided to have a beer. And we'll post that picture right here because we were that excited to be there.
It was so much fun.
It was a great time. We decided not to record that because it was our personal time. But we are back. And unfortunately, once again, our Rode brand new wireless mics decided they weren't going to work. So we're going to kind of have to do this with subpar audio. So we apologize in advance. But there is a little something here for everyone. This is kind of a weird mix of Renaissance, some pirates, some, we even saw some people dressed up as that, and some Star Trek stuff. There's a car show here, so there's really something for everybody here. And the thing at this level is why we came back after being out for an hour in the line yesterday, is that this is to benefit the Special Olympics of Florida. So, you know, some things you have to kind of, you move on through. But that's the best thing, as we keep saying about this life, is that full-time RV life is about pivoting. It is about new experiences.
Do that frequently.
And we have learned to do that quite frequently. So sometimes a little more frequently than we anticipate. But, you know, here, you see it behind us and around us, is a lot of vendors with all kinds of stuff that's in this realm. A lot of things that are really cool, some interesting things. And then you just have some other random stuff thrown in. But really the big attraction here is going to be the full metal jousting, which is something we want to check out. As well as
He just said butt nipples.
Sworn he just said fun nipples.
Oh, I thought he said butt nipples.
But at any rate, we'll be bouncing in and out and show you just what it's like to be at a local Renaissance fair here in the Milton, Florida area. You ready to do this?
I am.
Let's go, kid. Okay, so yesterday, as we were standing in the line, no joke, went around this building and all the way down around, and so we didn't move. You could hear the cheering coming from this section. In just a couple of short hours, this place will be jam-packed as they duel to the death at a jousting performance here. That I will say, as we stood in line and we were all out there crying and sweating in the heat, the people here were just absolutely going bananas. So get a kind of a idea of the shooting field before they goes in here. Typical jousting style arena. So yeah, from what we had heard, very well done. But as far as this area goes right now, they do strongly encourage you getting dressed up. As you'll see, I'm going to try not to intrude on people's space because some of these things, yeah, I don't know if people want their stuff all over the internet and whatnot, but they strongly encourage you to dress up here. It's not a requirement, but it does add to some of the festivity, so to speak. And again, it's a weird mix because we started this as the sign of the road and just doing this thing, but I'm still struggling. There's pirates,
Yeah.
there's Renaissance, there's Old West, and then there's a car show, which we're gonna go check out some of these cars now before it gets a little too crazy here. If these cars are still available, because I know they were here yesterday, but I didn't see any linked up when we came in.
No.
So it could be a little bit early because we did decide to be the first ones here today, and we did come prepared for that. But yeah, but a lot of different wares, a lot of face painting, a lot of things to
It goes from a
entice
little
you.
dressed up to extreme to everything in between.
It's interesting. It's very, yeah, definitely very interesting. And we did learn from the front desk of the RV resort here that this is a traveling fair, so it's not something that's just centrally located here in Florida. This is something that apparently travels the country. It's the same one that you would see where they say it was in Utah and Colorado and the like. So it does not look like the car show people are here, so we'll skip that for now, but we'll just kind of keep wandering around and show you what we see.
We often talk about it, but still they give a damn, for there's so much to learn along the road. That dear old town I miss so much, it seemed much better days, and still we talk about it as we go our separate ways.
So after sitting here for, oh geez, roughly almost a good hour, cooking in the Florida sun, we had to listen to some really good stories from the two singers there, and a bunch of kids from the local area doing some great dancing. This is, this is the other part of this. So we thought this is going to be like one of those things where we were just going to come out, it's just going to be a fair, we're just going to, whatever. But you really get this intimate moments with it. There was literally just the two of us that these two gentlemen were singing for, telling stories from the road and everything else, and it's a really good thing. This is what I came here for. This is what I wanted to see.
The camel too.
I have to carry a picture of you behind bars.
What?
Oh yeah, you have to do it. It's like kind of like a thing here. Yeah, right here. There you go. I gotta get this.
But I'm Penelope. I'm good.
Hold on, I gotta get this.
Hurry up.
You keep smiling. There's Jill. So the other thing I want to point out really too is if you are an aspiring YouTuber at some point, whatever you do, make sure when you're filming not to be intrusive on other people's space and not get all up in there. I know some of us want to rush to get the shot, but we've seen a couple of people here today that you probably don't want to be all up in someone's stuff, but we try to shoot and respect that little bit of space, because these performers, most of these kids, especially the other ones there that are getting paid for this is something they do for fun, you know, work off tips or whatever, and you really don't want to be all up in there invading your space with your 9 tons of digital equipment to shoot a 2-minute
No, but there's
video.
also parents watching their kids, and when you're running back and forth in front of the stage area
Yeah.
trying to get a photo, that's
So
a
there's-
huge miss.
And the only reason we bring this up is there's a lot of people, especially as our channel is getting a little bit past the 1,000 mark, and we're into the almost 1,400s by the time this comes out. You know, how do I get started? What do I do? And that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that we can give, is to be as unobtrusive as possible and kind of blend in. And the biggest thing here is to make sure that really nobody knows you're filming, because that's the ultimate goal, is to not be in anybody's way.
Yep.
But enough of lecture time with Bob. All right, Carrie, this is going to pretty much wrap it up here at the Renaissance Fair here in Milton, Florida, or East Milton, Florida. Those guys put on a heck of a show there, and yeah, it was pretty
Show,
impressive.
not show. They got the
Definitely got the
Jesus
crowd.
beat out of them.
Oh, that, and they got the crowd riled up, which is great to see. It was a great family-friendly event. We had a good time.
I
And
liked it.
now we're going to head back to the resort. We're going to do what us RVers do the best. We're going to go hit the lazy river, take a dip in the pool, and maybe have a nice adult beverage. The point of this video here was to make sure that as we all kind of ease into this lifestyle, whether you've been doing it for a while, or you're new to the full-time adventure, or you're a weekend warrior, is to remember to get outside your comfort zone and do what this lifestyle is about, which is enjoying your time and discovering new things.
I think today's event was like on the extreme side.
This is definitely something way outside our comfort zone.
Yeah, cool
Just
nonetheless.
based on some of the shenanigans around us. There's definitely a reminder to spend more time doing things that, you know, make you feel uncomfortable, because those are the experiences that you remember the most.
Who knows? You might learn something.
And that is the more you know, if you remember the old ABC things. Anyhow, till next Sunday, I am Bob,
I'm Carrie.
and this has been Life Redesigned.